welcome to the channel. My name is Henning Pauli, HP Henning Pauli. That's the channel name. Today we're looking at a Baum Wingman. It's a guitar that I've had my eye on for a while because it's a very unique looking instrument. It's not a Firebird. It's not an offset Explorer. It's not an offset, but it is an offset, but different. It just has its completely own unique look, which is really one of the main selling points of this. If you like the look of the Baum Wingman, then the only guitar that is going to give you that is the Baum Wingman. We have a really cool, very big pickguard here. We've got mini humbuckers. You get them in different configuration, but that is now the new series with that's the standard. It even has a name in the back that I'm not supposed to say because this is a prototype and they abandoned the name. So that's the most important thing for you to know, that this is a prototype. And with prototypes, things happen. So they take these to trade shows and all that stuff. This goes back to them. And that's what I got here for review. It's a very straightforward guitar. We got a stop tail. We got 2 mini humbuckers. Volume for each. That's not my type of thing. I absolutely don't like that. We'll tell you why. But you might, right? If you're coming from a Les Paul, you might be totally fine with that. And tone, 3-position switch in a great position. Position switch in a great position. We've got these really cool little, I would call them crown inlays. Or whatever they are. They're subtle and they're different. We have the typical Baum massive headstock. You have to like it if you want to buy this guitar. That comes with it. Little dragony thing. But before we go into more stuff, let's go into an unboxing and then you see that it comes in this amazing gig bag and some other goodies. So I don't know if you get the Baum cable with the guitar. And even though the guitar goes back, I'm keeping that cable. I don't know if you get the Baum magazine. Why is there a Baum magazine? Makes no sense to me. But I don't know if you get all this stuff with the guitar. I did. That's all I can tell you. The gig bag is solid. I mean, there are companies like Schecter, Ibanez, and others that will not give you a very solid, nice gig bag for, I think, $16.99, which the guitar is. So this is not a budget instrument, but it's also not boutique priced. And what you get here is something that other companies do not give you at this price point. And then other companies do, but other companies don't. Well, Baum does. What else do we have that defines this guitar? Well, actually, we have some product shots, so you can see the details first. Okay, now we go into some things. I do not really have a spec sheet, but I mean, I have eyes. The body, as far as I know, on this one is mahogany. We have let me cover up the name that you shall never know. Roasted maple neck. Looks really nice. Up there, it almost looks walnutty. Very nice. It is made in Indonesia. These tuners, I can see it from the bottom, they are kind of mixed brass and nickel, but non-locking. And you know me, I'm going to bitch about that. I'm going to bitch about the tuners a bit more, but they're non-locking. I know that visually on a vintage style instrument like this, you wouldn't want modern looking tuners, but Harley Benton in the budget range has these vintage looking locking tuners that visually work. You can see on top here that we have again the nickel brass mix happening. We have brass and nickel, and even on the string tree, the roller tree right there, there's brass and nickel mixed. So that's a unique thing. Not ultra unique because my PRS Modern Eagle 2 over 20 years ago had the same mix, but it's kind of cool. Why these tuner shafts are not staggered? You can see they're all the same height. I don't quite understand. Because it's not a cheap guitar, and these should absolutely be at least, if not locking, at least staggered, and we might not even need the string tree. Okay, we have a nut made out of a material. The paint job is flawless. We have this longer arm cut here, which really beautifully flows into the shape of the guitar. That's not just cut it off here and that's it. It actually really is part of the design. And in the back, we have no belly cut here, no real shaving off anything here, which isn't really necessary because the whole guitar is rather thin. It's not as thick as a Strat is, right? That does not make it lighter than a Strat. It is as heavy as any bolt-on guitar Michael bolt-on would be. So mahogany body, but thinner, adds up to same weight. Is it neck heavy? Yes, we have some neck dive. That comes with the shape. Can I position it in any way where it's not neck divey? No, I can't. So put your arm on there and be done. I don't know why people bitch about neck dive. On a strap, I couldn't tell you. Maybe I should tell you. So on the strap, it is also neck divey depending on how slippery your strap is. Okay, well that comes with the shape, period. Tuners, as well as this part of the hardware, the bridge, is proprietary. Proprietary. So we've got these rollers here, which don't necessarily aid with this guitar, but when you have the Wingman with the Bixby, a good friend of mine said it's one of the best Bixby style trems on the market, especially because of this bridge with the roller saddles. So here, not the biggest benefit, but if you go for the Bixby version, that is great. We've got these mini humbuckers, which is a great choice. This is clearly not your metal guitar. You're doing indie, blues, rock and roll. They absolutely deliver. I'm not the biggest fan of the volume tone because I'm here and I want to go roll my volume. It's just a matter of habit. And then I roll down the front one and obviously nothing happens. Matter of habit. Then you have to roll the back. Depends on what guitars you're used to. It's a personal preference, that's it. Let's go into the track called Wingman. Written by AI, produced by me. I replaced all the tracks with my own, and no, this is not a song that you're supposed to like. It is a playground for me to play around with this guitar and the Sonulab, whatever box is called, that I recorded with, and find out how this gear performs in a musical context. It gives me a reason to use this in a real world situation. And then the song is not going to be upload it anywhere. It doesn't go on an album. It is purely for me to test the gear. And for you to see that I tested the gear. Here we go. Okay, that being said, we'll get some sounds and then we go into some pros and cons. We are now in the Imperial by Tone King with the 412 Greenback loaded cab in the aux. Always round, always on the warmer side. We got mahogany, if you believe in that kind of stuff. Of course. And you'll never find any kind of stratty tones. You know why? Because it's not a fucking strat. That's why. In case you want to know what kind of chord that is, it's actually pretty damn simple to find out what that is as long as you know what a power chord is. And if you speak German, you can go to gitarrenlehreonline.de and buy my course, Power Chord Theory. Power Chord Theory. Yes, at some point it will come out in English, but right now it is out in German. 8 hours of starting with the power chord and learning everything about the fretboard to be able to make the most complicated and actually know what the fuck you're doing. Gitarrenlehreronline.de, I'll put a link below if I remember. So, let's go rock and roll. We're gonna go into the Friedman Plex, which is gonna kick up the gain quite a bit. Now I remembered, pretty precise, pretty bitey, pretty in your face. Obviously, did the wrong thing. Obviously, you know, very nice access up to the very highest fret, which is 22, but it is clearly not a shred monster because, I mean, that's not what it's designed for. So, JCM 800, I mean, it should be able to rock, right? If you've got something voxy at home, this is the Bad Cat Black Cat, and that sounds very voxy. We got the Engel, the Engel Founders Edition. That's too much gain for this guitar. Well, I got it in the vintage mode, so maybe not. I'm not gonna go into the riff, which is also on, because that would really be stupid. It delivers in all the genres that would likely be attracted to this guitar. Now let's go into pros and cons. So if you are used to Les Paul and a Strat, you're going to see that the distance between where it's on your leg and the strings is a bit more than you're used to, which means the whole neck comes up a bit. Bridge position is more of where it would be on an SG. So the whole neck and everything is moved to the left. So I have to reach a little bit further over than I'm used to from a Strat. That's totally fine. And the whole neck is a bit higher simply because of the shape of the guitar. So it'll feel unusual for about a minute. Don't be scared. Personally, 2 volumes, not my cup of tea. But that's, a lot of guitars have it. Personal preference. I like the sounds. They are rock and roll, indie, vintage, blues. It's all there. I don't know if its prototypiness has something to do with it, because I talked to Baum, we talked about the tuners. I said, why no locking tuners? That's a personal preference. Okay. Why no stagger tuners? They said, we never thought about it. Okay, fine. That's again personal preference. And they said these are the same tuners that they have on their very high-end, very expensive custom shop guitars, which I took a step back and said, that can't be, because these are not good. They are absolutely not precise. They feel like they have dead spots. There's right there. There's wiggle in it. Nothing actually happens. These are, on this prototype, not good tuners. That's all I can say. They wouldn't be good tuners on a budget guitar because they're simply not. I mean, I have guitars. I've held and tuned thousands. I know what I expect in a certain price range. I find these not cooperative to actually tuning precisely. But that could be an issue with the prototype, because they said that makes no sense because we have absolutely zero issues. That being said, if you like the Wingman and you like the shape, you like the vibe and everything. Now it's dirty, I'm sorry. There's only one guitar that is the Wingman, which is the Wingman. And everything is fine about it. Gig bag, cool people, made in Denmark, support Denmark. This is all great. If you want a Wingman, then you have to buy a Wingman, and that's where you get it, from Baum. But I would say, once you get it, and you find that the tuners are not great, tell them, send it back. I would even say, ask for a slight. No, you can't ask for a slight refund, because then you're the asshole who says, "Oh, the tuners are not good. You get $50 back to buy better tuners." No, can't do that. That's not fair. That's all I can tell you. Full disclosure, I don't think these are what should be on here, and I'm pretty sure they would agree those are not tuners that should be on here. I do think they should be staggered and locking. Okay, that's different, but the pure quality of the tuning precision isn't there. Other than that, and again, if you have an issue with that and you really want a Wingman, putting a good set of tuners on there doesn't break the bank. So it's in no way not anything you can upgrade yourself, but these shouldn't be on a guitar in this price range. That's my point. I will link to them. Again, this is a prototype. This will be in series, I don't know when, or maybe already now. That being said, links below and animals at the end.
You lost the ground beneath your feet. You lost your balance and foundation. You feel your misery's complete. You've reached the peak of your frustration. But when everything goes south and the walls come crashing down, remember nothing's built to last. This too shall pass. Now that everything's been burned, there's something rising from the wreckage. The wheel of fortune somehow